Bitcoin on the bigger picture or on the trend basis is underperforming the market over the last weeks. Yeah, it's quite a long time ago that Bitcoin outperformed the market, but it is currently still weakening, and it is quite weak against the other markets. When I see an asset here in this left bottom corner, where you see it is lagging against the whole market, here comes my stock picking or asset picking. What that means is Bitcoin is becoming interesting for me now. Today, I want to go with you guys a little bit through my process, what I generally do I generally do it every day, but I have some special things I do at the end of the month and at the beginning of the month. And that is going through the RRG and some RRG charts. And what you see here is, like you maybe already know, the relative rotation graph. On the left side, it is the weekly. So this is also able to show like weekly charts, and on the right side, we've got the daily. So the left chart is generally the trend for me. And then I look a little bit closer to see if the trend got confirmed or if we have a retracement or whatever. And here where I start with generally the asset allocation chart. And you see here the different assets I'm looking and showing here on the chart. I will go through it quickly with you. And first I look generally at, do we have some outstanding positions here? And what you see is Bitcoin here at the bottom. And then we've got also the GSG, what is the commodity, Goldman Sachs commodity index. And then you see also we have here another one which is quite strong at the moment. That is the DJP. That is also a commodity index, but this is the Bloomberg commodity index. They are quite similar, but the GSG from Goldman Sachs is a little bit more stronger weighted on oil and energy. And probably that is also why we see this running a little bit faster and far on the right side than the DJP. But what this picture shows me currently is that we see a strong momentum. That is what you see on the dots, on the distance from the dots, and also the direction of the assets here. We are going to the right side, and if we go to the right side, that means we have a improving in the RS, so relative strength ratio. And actually, who's maybe seeing this the first time, we've got a benchmark here. What is the VBINX? What is the Vanguard Balanced Index Fund? And that is a ETF based, an ETF based on 60% on stocks and 40% on bonds. What should show more or less a whole picture of the market, and it is the benchmark. And if something is coming on the right side here on the relative rotation graph, it is improving on relative strength against the whole market. And like I said, in this case, the Vanguard Balanced Index Fund. So actually, you see that the Vanguard Balanced Index Fund is currently falling down. And so we've got a quite strong outperformance in the commodity market. Then you see we also have a relative strength here in the stock market. We've got the proxies here with the SPY, what is the S&P ETF, and the IWM, what is the Russell 2000 ETF. And this indicates for me also that we are, even if we are falling down against the whole market on the weekly, so on the bigger picture, on the trend picture, we are still quite strong in stocks. They lost a little bit on momentum and on relative strength. What you see that we are coming slowly down to the left, bottom left here, but we are still above the whole market and outperforming it still. What could happen here is, and that's why I look on the daily in a few minutes, can we catch the trend back up again to the outperformance, or do I see signals that this weakening trend will follow through? But there we will have a look in a few minutes. What else do we have here? Also, we've got the stock market here, the commodities, and then we come to the exotic part, Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the bigger picture or on the trend basis is underperforming the market over the last weeks, actually, and I can show the history here too. Yeah, it's quite a long time ago that Bitcoin outperformed the market. but it is currently still weakening, but it is weakening and it is quite weak against the other markets. And if you know the Bitcoin chart, it is quite low and it is in the 26,000s or something. Let us have a look here quickly on Bitcoin. Here you see we are at the bottom, and actually this is the area when I see an asset here in this left bottom corner, where you see it is lagging against the whole market. Here comes my stock picking or asset picking. And what that means is Bitcoin is becoming interesting for me now. And what I would like to see is, of course, that we see a curve like here, if you look on the US dollar, what I want to talk about next, if we see that we are going here, or maybe I choose something else here, the GSG, where you see this was also here in the lagging area, and then it came up, crossed the horizontal line here. So we increased in momentum because the y-axis is the relative momentum, and here is the relative strength. And if we get momentum, we can highly expect that we also gain in relative strength if we get momentum. So what you see here, GSG, it was here on July 24th, and we can go in the charts also, but it started to improve now nearly 2 months ago, and then it just started its rally. And if you have the market more or less, have an overview of the market, the energy and commodities sector is performing pretty well the last weeks. And that is also what I would like to see on Bitcoin. Are we there now? No, but it is now starting to get into this area, but not actually starting, but I expected that we will come, because here on the RRG, the nice thing is that we generally see a rotation of these assets, that they come, maybe which one is good here to show you. So we generally have like a rotate. I will look for a better example, but we generally see a rotation in the market, that assets which were leading get into weakening, lagging, and then start to improve and lead again. And that is also what I want to see in Bitcoin. And when you read the news, and Brian mentioned that also, that we've got now the ETF confirmed, and you can trade it soon. And so I think with this news, they just prepared the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency market to just step into it quite cheap. And now we can see an improvement. Quite interesting cryptocurrencies for me at the moment.